Welcome back. My name is Dr. Carl Baird, and today I'll be demonstrating the top 10 leg exercises for bad knees. So if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that one of the best things you can do for bad knees or any sort of knee pain is to build strength in your legs. But it can be hard to build strength in your legs when you're dealing with knee pain because a lot of the traditional exercises that we'd use to build strength actually aggravate your knee pain, and that's the last thing that we want to do. So what I'll do in today's video is provide 10 options that you can use that are safe and effective to build strength in your legs, even if you have bad knees, and to help solve knee pain. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start with the easiest exercise, and then we'll work our way on up. The first exercise that we'll cover is the sit to stand exercise. It's a great way to build strength in your legs while limiting impact that goes through your knee. All you're going to need to perform is a chair or a bench of some sort. You're going to start in the seated position, and all you're going to do is press through your legs to come to a standing position. You're going to send the hips back and come back down into a seated position. Now, the only thing you really need to watch with this exercise, and it happens for people that have bad knees, is they'll try to compensate by kind of using momentum. They'll rock back, and then they'll use that momentum to come standing. We really want to make sure it's the muscles of the legs that are getting you to stand. So what you want to do is come from a standstill, press through your feet to stand on up. And that is the sit to stand. The next exercise is called the toe tap. This is another great single leg strengthening exercise. It's also a good balance challenge, which is great for anybody in the bad knees. But one of the reasons that it's really effective is there's not a lot of movement at the knee. So again, it strengthens the leg, but not a lot of movement at the knee. So it's great for anybody dealing with knee pain. To perform, it's relatively simple. You're going to balance on one leg and make sure you just have a slight bend in that knee. So you don't want your knee locked out. So a slight bend in the knee. You're going to lift your other leg. You're going to tap in front, back to the middle, tap to the side, back to the middle, tap straight back, back to the middle. If you want a little extra challenge, you go back and behind and back to the middle. So pretty straightforward. The only thing we want to keep in mind is that as we're tapping, we're not shifting our weight to that side. We want all the work to be on our stance leg, and so it really is just a tap. And if you do lose your balance, it's okay. You just got to reset and try to get back into the position as quick as you can. The next exercise is called the wall sit. This is a great exercise for anyone with bad knees because it's an isometric contraction, which means these muscles are really working without any movement at the knee. So to perform, all you're going to do is lean on the wall like I am now, sink your hips down to about 90 degrees, and hold this position for as long as you can. To get out of the position, just use your hands to press up and stand on out. The next exercise is called the single leg step up. This is one of my favorite exercises for anyone with bad knees because there's a lot of different variations where you can make this as easy as you want, or you can make it pretty challenging so you can really build strength while limiting impact on the knee. So let's go ahead and start with the easiest variation. All you need is a step of some sort. I just like to use these yoga blocks. From there, you're going to have one leg on the step here, and you're going to press off that top leg to come to that standing position. You're going to bend that top leg to bring it back down. Now, the one thing you want to watch out for with this is that you're really pressing up off this top leg. A lot of times what happens with people with bad knees is they'll subconsciously want to protect that knee. So what they'll do is they'll actually toe off that back leg to stand up. So that back leg is the one doing the work. We really want to strengthen the leg that has the knee pain. So we're just going to press up through that leg and stand on up. Now, like I said, if you want to make this challenging, you can really start to build strength with this movement by using dumbbells. So I got some 40-pound dumbbells here. I just hold them at my side and I perform that same exercise, and I can feel it. It makes this pretty easy exercise pretty challenging, a really great way to build strength in your legs while limiting impact that goes through your knee. Another great leg strengthening exercise for bad knees is the suitcase carry. So this is one of our functional core strengthening exercises, but with a little tweak, you can make it a great exercise for leg strength. So all we're gonna need is a kettlebell or a dumbbell of some sort. Grip the weight, roll your shoulders back so you're in a nice straight position. The weight's not pulling you this way, or you're not trying to counterbalance to the side this way. Nice, strong position. And then from there, all you're gonna do is march in place. And so what I like to do is a really slow and controlled movement, holding this top position just for like a second or two, so you really get that balance challenge in. And while it is a functional core, I can really feel it in my legs as well. And just make sure that you switch hands and do both sides. The next exercise is called the box squat. So this is actually a progression from the very first exercise we did, that sit to stand. As we start to build that foundational strength, we can start to make the exercises a little bit more challenging. And so this is the next step up. To perform, we're going to use that same chair or that same box, stand in front, unlock at the hips, so you send those hips back and just drop them to that box and stand on up. So instead of, in that first one, we sat all the way down, now we're just doing a quick tap and standing back up. The next exercise is called the banded hip hinge. This is by far one of my favorite exercises for anyone with bad knees. One, because it helps you build strength in your hamstring and glutes, which is really important for anyone with bad knees. But also, it teaches the hip hinge movement pattern, which is just a way to move that limits the impact on your knees and is great for anybody with knee pain. So to perform, we're gonna need our red rubber band. We're gonna hold on to each side, lay it on the ground, and try to step right on the middle. Return to a standing position. And then from there, you're just gonna send your hips back, keeping your spine nice and straight, stopping the minute you feel that tension in the hamstring and glutes, and coming back up. So again, you can really start to feel that tension in the hamstring and glutes with this one. And that's it. That is the banded hip hinge exercise. The next exercise is the kettlebell deadlift. Similar to the hip hinge, this is going to be a great exercise to build strength in our hamstrings and our glutes, as well as teach an important movement pattern to limit impact that goes through your knee as you move about your day. So to perform, we're going to need a kettlebell. You're going to start, you can also use a dumbbell. We're going to start with our feet on the outside, start with that hip hinge, bend the knees to get to the weight. Now you want to keep your hips down, your chest up, and then you're going to press through your feet to come to a standing position. And to set it down, it's the same thing. Send your hips back, weight travels straight down, and then bend the knees to get it the rest of the way down. The next exercise is the squat hold. So this is going to be a step up from our wall sit exercise, which means it's still going to be an isometric contraction where we're able to really get those muscles contracting without a lot of movement in the knee, which is what makes it safe on the knees, but we're not going to have the wall supporting us. So to perform, all you're going to do is perform that air squat, and then you're just going to hold this bottom position. So how long just depends on your ability level. I try to start people at 10 seconds, hold it for 10 seconds at the bottom, and then stand back up, shake it out, and then do another one. So you're just gonna come into that squat, hold it at this bottom position, and you'll really feel a lot of tension in your legs. Once you're starting to feel stronger and more confident in your knee, then it's okay to introduce lunge variations into your routine. So the lunge is one of the best leg strengthening exercises, but it's not a great one to start out with if you have bad knees, because it can cause a little bit of knee pain or aggravate your knee pain if it's not feeling strong and confident in the movement. So I would strongly recommend, if you're having some trepidation around knee pain, to start with an assisted lunge variation, which means using a TRX or a suspension trainer of some sort. And why that's beneficial is you can perform the traditional lunge, but instead of all this force going through my knee, I can use my hands to help out initially to come back to that standing position. And as you start to feel stronger and more confident, you can rely less and less on the suspension trainer, until you're able to do the lunge without any assistance. So there you have it, 10 of the safest and most effective leg strengthening exercises for anyone with bad knees. So like I said in the beginning of this video, one of the best things you can do for any sort of knee pain, knee arthritis, or any sort of knee condition you have going on is to build strength in your legs. We just have to make sure that the exercises that we choose are safe and they're not going to aggravate that knee pain or make anything worse. So go ahead and choose some of the exercises we went in this exercise, incorporate them into your routine, and let me know how they go. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm here to help. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, it's Dr. Baird here. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page to catch all our videos designed to help you build the strength and confidence to live active, healthy, and happy lives. You won't find it anywhere else.